Welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. If you love coins or you're just starting your journey into numismatics, today's video is one you don't want to miss. We're diving into the fascinating story of the 1968 Lincoln penny, a coin that, at first glance, might seem like just another penny from the late 1960s. But hold on, this penny is worth up to $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. In this video, we'll explore the history of the 1968 penny, what makes some of these coins so incredibly rare, and why one of them was sold for a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Let's get started. Segment 1. The history of the 1968 Lincoln penny. The 1968 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running series of 1-cent coins that feature the image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This series was first introduced in 1909, and the design has remained largely unchanged, with Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the memorial on the reverse. The S-mint mark on the 1968 penny indicates that it was struck at the San Francisco Mint, one of the U.S. Mint's key facilities for producing coins. In 1968, the U.S. was still dealing with high inflation and changes in the economy. The production of pennies was a vital part of the Mint's effort to maintain the currency flow, and the 1968 penny was one of many coins minted in large quantities to keep up with demand. While most 1968 pennies are common and can still be found in circulation or in old coin collections, there's a rare version of this penny that caught the eye of collectors and has become one of the most valuable pennies in history. But what makes this particular coin stand out? Segment 2. The 1968 Lincoln penny error. The key to why the 1968 Lincoln penny could be worth $1.6 million lies in a very rare minting error. Most of the 1968 pennies were produced with no significant flaws, but a handful of them were struck with an extremely rare error and overminting of the die that caused a double die impression. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the term, a double die error occurs when a coin is struck multiple times by the die, resulting in the design being doubled. The effect can be seen in the text, the details of Lincoln's portrait, and even on the date. These double die errors are highly sought after by collectors because they are extremely rare and unique. For the 1968 penny, this error involved doubling in the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" on the obverse of the coin. In some cases, the doubling is so dramatic that the letters appear to be split, making the coin visually striking and easily identifiable. This makes the 1968 penny with this error a highly valuable piece of numismatic history. Segment 3. Why the 1968 double die penny is worth $1.6 million. So, why is the 1968 Lincoln penny with the double die error worth up to $1.6 million? The answer lies in both rarity and demand. Double die errors, especially those on coins as iconic as the Lincoln penny, are extremely rare. Even though millions of pennies were minted in 1968, only a very small number of these double die error coins exist, and they are extremely hard to find. The rarity is the first factor that drives the price of these error coins up, but demand is the second key element. Serious collectors and investors are always on the lookout for those types of coins, and when one does come up for sale, it often leads to intense bidding at auctions. In the case of the 1968 double die penny, one of those rare error coins was sold at auction for a staggering $1.6 million. That price tag is a testament to how valuable these rare coins can become. The combination of the historical significance of the Lincoln series, the rarity of the double die error, and the increasing interest in rare coins is what makes the 1968 penny with this error one of the most valuable modern coins. Segment 4. How to identify a 1968 double die Lincoln penny. If you're looking through your collection or spare change and wondering if you've stumbled upon a 1968 Lincoln penny with a double die error, there are a few key features to look for. 1. Doubling on Liberty. The most obvious sign of a double die error is the doubling of the word Liberty on the obverse. The letters will appear split, with a noticeable shadow or outline next to the main design. 2. Doubling on In God We Trust. Another key area to check is the phrase "In God We Trust." If you see any doubling, especially on the letters in the word trust, you could be looking at the error coin. 3. Doubling on the date. Pay close attention to the year 1968. If you notice the numbers appear doubled or blurry, this is a surefire indication that you might have found a double die error coin. 4. Overall condition. Like any rare coin, the condition is crucial to its value. The better the condition, the higher the value. Look for coins with sharp details, no significant wear, and minimal damage. Segment 5. The search for rare 1968s pennies. Now, you might be wondering where you can find these rare 1968s double die pennies. While it's certainly not easy, it's not impossible either. Here are a few tips for searching for one of these valuable error coins. 1. Check your change. The most common way people find rare coins is by simply checking the change they receive. While finding a 1968s double die penny is rare, it's worth taking the time to examine pennies from the 1960s and 1970s to see if any of them show signs of doubling. 2. Coin dealers. If you're serious about collecting, you might want to check with professional coin dealers or attend coin shows. Sometimes, dealers will have rare coins for sale, and they may even specialize in error coins. 3. Online auctions. The internet has made it easier to buy and sell rare coins. Websites like eBay and Heritage Auctions are great places to look for rare coins like the 1968s double die penny. Just be sure to have any coin professionally graded and authenticated before making a purchase. Segment 6. Final thoughts on the 1968s Lincoln penny. The 1968s Lincoln penny may seem like a simple coin at first, but if you happen to find one with the rare double die error, you could be looking at a coin worth up to $1.6 million. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and the unique doubling effect makes these error coins highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. If you ever come across one, you could be holding a piece of numismatic history that could change your life. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this information about the 1968s Lincoln penny fascinating, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content about rare and valuable coins. Have you ever found a rare coin? Let us know in the comments below. Maybe you've discovered a hidden gem. Until next time, keep hunting through your change, keep collecting, and always keep an eye out for those special coins that could be worth a fortune. And, hello, fellow coin enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins ever to grace American currency, the 1971 Lincoln penny. You might think a penny is just a penny, but this one is far more than that. Some of these rare 1971 pennies have been sold for over $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. So, stick with me as we explore the history, significance, and the astonishing value of the 1971 Lincoln penny. Before we get into the juicy details, let's take a quick look at the 1971 Lincoln penny itself. This coin was minted as part of the regular yearly production of pennies in the United States. It features the iconic Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, facing right. On the reverse, it displays the classic image of the Lincoln Memorial, which became a standard design on the reverse of the penny in 1959. The 1971 penny is made from copper-plated zinc and has a standard weight of 2.5 grams, with a diameter of 19 millimeters. But what makes this coin so special? Well, it's not every 1971 penny that's worth a small fortune, and the ones that are hold some very unique qualities. Let's talk about that. First things first, not all 1971 Lincoln pennies are worth a fortune. In fact, most of them are still worth just 1 cent. However, there are some incredibly rare versions of this coin that can fetch mind-blowing prices at auctions. Some of these rare pennies, depending on their specific characteristics, can be worth hundreds, thousands, and in a few cases, millions of dollars. Now, what makes a 1971 penny valuable? The key factor is rarity. More specifically, the rare varieties of the 1971 penny that were struck with unique errors or have special minting features can be worth an insane amount of money. The most well-known example is the 1971 Lincoln penny with an error or a double die. This is one of the most sought-after errors in the world of coin collecting. Double die coins are created when a die used to strike the coin is misaligned during production, causing the design to be stamped multiple times. In the case of the 1971 penny, the most valuable ones feature a double die on the obverse, where you can see the doubling effect clearly on Lincoln's eye, chin, and the date itself. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the $1.4 million penny. Yes, one 1971 Lincoln penny with the particular double die error was sold for this incredible amount at an auction. This coin, in near-perfect condition, was deemed so rare that it drew the attention of high-end collectors and investors from all around the world. It's not just the double die error that makes this coin valuable, its condition also plays a massive role. Coins with errors are highly sought after, but when those coins are also in excellent condition, they can skyrocket in value. A coin that is graded as MS65 or higher, mint state, meaning it has few to no flaws, can bring in prices much higher than you would expect from a regular penny. So, why does the 1971 penny have such a rich history? Well, it all goes back to the year it was minted and the changes happening in American currency production at that time. In 1971, the United States was undergoing a transition in terms of its monetary policy. The country had just moved off the gold standard, which led to changes in the production of coins. The penny, in particular, became a subject of scrutiny due to the rising cost of copper. In response to these rising costs, the U.S. Mint began using copper-plated zinc for pennies, which is what gives modern pennies their familiar color. The 1971 Lincoln penny is one of the first examples of this new material, but beyond that, the 1971 penny is also tied to the legacy of Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln was chosen to be featured on the penny back in 1909 to commemorate his 100th birthday, and his image has remained on the coin ever since. Over the years, the penny has become an enduring symbol of American history, and as a result, rare versions of this coin are highly prized by collectors. Now, if you're wondering how to tell if you've got one of these rare, valuable pennies, here are a few tips. 1. Look for errors. The most valuable 1971 pennies are those with minting errors. The most notable error is the double die variety, which can be spotted by looking closely at the date, Lincoln's portrait, and the lettering on the coin. If you see any doubling, you might have a winner. 2. Examine the condition. As with any collectible, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Pennies that are in excellent condition, with little to no wear, are worth more. Coins that have been graded highly by professional grading services, such as PCGS or NGC, can fetch higher prices. 3. Check the edge. Sometimes, an edge that isn't fully struck or has a distinctive feature can make a coin more valuable. Look for any unique edge characteristics on your 1971 pennies. 4. Use a magnifying glass. Double die errors are often hard to spot with the naked eye. Use a magnifying glass or a microscope to closely examine the coin. If you spot any unusual doubling, it could mean you have a rare penny on your hands. So, there you have it. While most 1971 Lincoln pennies are worth only 1 cent, there are some that are worth a staggering amount of money due to unique errors or exceptional condition. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1971 penny with the double die error or any other rare features, it might be time to get it appraised and possibly even auctioned off. Remember, coin collecting is all about patience and knowing what to look for. Whether you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned pro, always keep your eyes open for that hidden gem. Who knows, your next 1971 penny could be worth far more than you ever imagined. If you enjoyed learning about the 1971 Lincoln penny, be sure to like this video, subscribe for more coin-related content, and leave a comment below letting us know if you've ever found a rare coin yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy hunting, collectors. Hello, coin collectors and enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to dive into one of the most interesting and valuable pennies ever minted in U.S. history, the 1976 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it might seem like just another penny from the 1970s, But believe it or not, this coin could be worth up to $1.3 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Stick around as we break down the history of this coin, what makes certain 1976 pennies so rare, and why some of them are worth such an enormous amount. You're going to want to hear this. Segment 1. The 1976 Lincoln Penny. A historic year for U.S. coinage. The 1976 Lincoln Penny was minted during a historic year for the United States, marking the bicentennial of the nation's independence. As part of the celebrations, the U.S. Mint released special bicentennial designs for several coins, including the quarter, half-dollar, and dollar. However, the penny remained mostly unchanged. The design continued to feature Abraham Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the reverse showed the familiar wheat stalks, a motif that had been in use until 1958 when the memorial design was introduced. In 1976, the U.S. Mint was focused on producing millions of coins to meet the demands of a growing economy. Most of the 1976 Lincoln pennies were produced in huge quantities at the Denver and Philadelphia mints, and they circulated widely, making them common and relatively easy to find. So, why is this particular penny worth so much money? That's where things get really interesting. Segment 2. The rare 1976 Lincoln penny era. While most 1976 Lincoln pennies are worth just 1 cent, a very small number of these coins were produced with a significant error during the minting process. These errors are the key to why the 1976 Lincoln penny has gained such a valuable reputation in the coin collecting world. The specific error we're talking about involves a misalignment of the die, which caused some of the pennies to feature doubled images, particularly on the date, the word liberty, and the phrase "In God We Trust." These double die errors occur when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned during the minting process. The result is a coin with 2 impressions of the design, causing the text and images to appear blurry, doubled, or off-center. The double die error is one of the most sought-after mistakes in numismatics, and because it is so rare, coins with this type of error are highly prized by collectors. Segment 3. Why the 1976 double die penny is so valuable. So, what makes the 1976 Lincoln penny with a double die error worth up to $1.3 million? The answer lies in both rarity and demand. Error coins, especially those with such a striking flaw, are very hard to find. While the mint typically produces billions of coins every year, errors like this are often discovered by sharp-eyed collectors or enthusiasts who know what to look for. Even with millions of pennies minted in 1976, only a handful of these double die error pennies were created, and even fewer were preserved in great condition. When the rarity of the coin is combined with its desirability in the marketplace, you get a coin that can fetch extraordinary prices at auction. These error pennies, particularly in mint or near mint condition, are highly collectible, and demand for them has only increased over the years. Segment 4. The $1.3 million sale. In recent years, one of these rare 1976 double die Lincoln pennies was sold at auction for an astounding $1.3 million. The specific coin that went for such a high price was in near-perfect condition, which played a huge role in its record-breaking value. The coin's unique characteristics of featuring a strong doubling effect on the obverse, front, designate it a true gem in the eyes of serious coin collectors. The $1.3 million sale highlights just how much rarer coins can command on the open market. Many collectors will pay top dollar for a piece of history like this, and if you happen to find one, you could be looking at a life-changing treasure. Segment 5. How to identify the 1976 double die Lincoln penny. If you're wondering how to spot a 1976 Lincoln penny with the coveted double die error, there are a few key things to look for. Here's what to check for when searching through your penny collection or change. 1. Doubling of the date. The most noticeable feature of the double die error is the doubling of the date 1976. The numbers may appear blurry, split, or even show 2 impressions, creating a distinct effect. 2. Doubling on the word liberty. Look carefully at the word liberty on the obverse of the coin. If you notice any signs of the word being doubled, with 2 separate impressions, you might have a double die error. 3. Doubling on In God We Trust. This phrase is often a key giveaway. Check for any extra outlines or shadowing on the lettering, which indicates the coin was struck more than once. 4. Sharpness of the design. Coins in better condition with clearer details will always be worth more. Look for coins that are well preserved and have minimal wear. Segment 6. Where to find rare 1976 pennies. Now that you know how to identify a rare 1976 double die penny, you might be wondering where to find one. Unfortunately, finding these rare coins isn't easy, but it's not impossible. Here are a few tips to help you in your search. 1. Check your spare change. The most straightforward way to find a rare penny is by searching through your loose change. Keep your eyes peeled when you get pennies from your daily transactions. 2. Coin dealers and auctions. If you want to buy one of these rare pennies, it's worth checking with trusted coin dealers, numismatic shops, and auction houses. Be prepared to pay a premium for these coins, especially in great condition. 3. Coin shows. Attending coin shows is another way to get access to rare and error coins. You may come across dealers or collectors selling 1976 pennies with the double die error. Segment 7. Final thoughts on the 1976 Lincoln penny. The 1976 Lincoln penny may seem like a simple and common coin from the U.S. Mint, but a rare double die error makes certain examples incredibly valuable, with the potential to fetch as much as $1.3 million at auction. This penny is a true treasure for any serious coin collector. While finding one of these rare error coins is extremely difficult, knowing what to look for can help you uncover a potentially life-changing piece of history. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their incredible value, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content. Have you ever found a rare or valuable coin? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep searching your change, keep collecting, and who knows, you might just find the next big treasure. And, hey, coin collectors and enthusiasts, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to take a close look at one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in modern U.S. minting history, the 2011 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it may seem like just another penny, but did you know that the specific variety of the 2011 Lincoln penny could be worth up to $1.1 million? That's right up. This coin has an incredible story and potential value that you won't believe. Stick around as we explore the history, value, and the surprising reason why this penny might be worth a fortune. The 2011 Lincoln penny is part of the ongoing series of 1-cent coins that feature Abraham Lincoln's image, a design that's been in use since 1909. Produced at the Denver Mint, the 2011 penny is composed primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating, a composition that's been standard since 1982. While most of these coins are worth only 1 cent, like any series of coins, some rarities exist within the mintage. But what makes the 2011 penny so noteworthy? The 2011 penny is part of the Lincoln Bicentennial series, celebrating 200 years since Lincoln's birth. While the design of the penny itself remained consistent, there were small changes made over the years to mark the bicentennial, including the 4 different reverse designs produced from 2009 to 2010. However, 2011 marked the return to the traditional reverse design, which is where the value of this coin becomes fascinating. Most of the 2011 pennies were minted and released into circulation without any issues. However, as we'll discover, a rare variety emerged that collectors are desperately seeking. Now, let's dive into the reason this penny could fetch such a large sum. While most of the 2011 pennies were minted without problems, there is a particular rare variety that has gained immense attention and value in the numismatic world. The error involves the rare misstriking of the coin, where part of the die used to mint the penny was damaged. This flaw caused certain 2011 pennies to have a double die effect, which makes them stand out significantly from the regular issue. In other words, some 2011 pennies were struck more than once by the die, causing the design to be imprinted with a noticeable doubling effect. The doubling is most visible on the inscriptions like "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." This mistake is extremely rare, and because of it, these error pennies have become highly valuable. You might be asking, Why does a simple error like doubling make this penny worth so much? The answer lies in the rarity and demand for such coins. Doubling errors are highly prized by collectors because they represent an anomaly in the minting process, which adds a historical and unique factor to the coin. The 2011 Lincoln penny with this doubling effect is one of those coins that stands out from the hundreds of millions of other pennies minted in that year. The rarity of these double-die pennies combined with the fact that they are part of the Lincoln series has driven their prices sky high. If you manage to find one of these rare pennies in good condition, you could be holding onto a coin worth over $1 million. In recent years, the 2011 Lincoln penny with a double-die error has seen huge interest in the numismatic market. A notable sale of one of these error pennies occurred when a specimen was auctioned off for an astonishing $1.1 million. This particular penny was in exceptional condition, and because of its rarity and unique characteristics, it attracted the attention of high-end collectors and investors. This just goes to show that sometimes, a simple mistake at the mint can lead to an incredibly valuable coin. For many collectors, the hunt for one of these rare error pennies has become a major goal, as they know the potential value that lies within. Now, let's talk about how you can identify a 2011 Lincoln penny with a double-die error. If you think you've found one of these rare coins, here's what to look for. 1. Doubling on the inscriptions. Check the letters "In Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you see a noticeable doubling of the text, that's a clear sign that you have one of the valuable error pennies. 2. Clear and crisp detailing. The penny should have sharp, clear details on both the obverse, front, and reverse, back, of the coin. Coins in excellent condition are worth much more than those that are worn or damaged. 3. Condition. As with any rare coin, condition is key. The higher the grade of the coin, the higher its value. If you find a 2011 penny with a doubling error in nearly perfect condition, you could be holding a potential fortune. So, where can you find these rare 2011 pennies? Many collectors begin by searching through their spare change or looking for pennies from 2011 that they may have tucked away. However, finding one with the doubling error is incredibly rare, and the odds are slim. For serious collectors or investors looking to purchase one, check with reputable coin dealers, auction houses, and online platforms that specialize in rare and error coins. Be sure to have the coin professionally graded and authenticated before buying or selling it to ensure its legitimacy and value. The 2011 Lincoln penny may seem like a simple coin at first, but the rare double-die error makes it one of the most valuable modern coins out there. While most 2011 pennies are worth only 1 cent, a select few could fetch prices upwards of $1.1 million, making them a true treasure for any coin collector. If you're lucky enough to find one, you could be holding onto a piece of history with an incredible value. Thanks for tuning in today to learn about the 2011 Lincoln penny and its fascinating potential value. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content on rare and valuable coins. Have you ever come across a rare coin in your collection? Drop a comment below and let us know your experience. Until next time, keep your eyes open for those hidden treasuries so you never know when you might find something worth a fortune. And welcome back, coin collectors. In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1973 Lincoln penny. You might be wondering, how could a penny from 1973 be worth a whopping $1.2 million? Stay tuned, because we're going to uncover the history, rarity, and incredible value behind this coin. You won't want to miss this. The 1973 Lincoln penny was minted during a period when the U.S. Treasury was focused on producing smaller, more cost-efficient coins. The penny itself, made of copper, features the iconic Abraham Lincoln portrait designed by Victor David Brenner. This coin is part of a long-standing series that began in 1909 and is still circulating today. But what makes the 1973 version so special? The 1973 Lincoln penny holds significance beyond just being a part of the iconic series. While most of these coins are common and can be found in pocket change, there are a few rare examples that make the 1973 penny stand out in the numismatic world. It was minted during a time of transition in the U.S. coinage system. By the early 1970s, The U.S. Mint had already switched to using a zinc-copper composition, and pennies started to be produced in large quantities, meaning most 1973 pennies are relatively easy to find. However, this is where things get interesting. The reason why a 1973 Lincoln penny could be worth $1.2 million lies in a rare error that occurred during the minting process. Most of the 1973 pennies were produced without any significant flaws, but a few rare examples came out with a major mistake. The error involved a misalignment or doubling in the minting process, leading to a coin that looks very different from the standard issue. These era pennies are extremely rare, and because of their unique characteristics, they have become highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. One of the most famous era coins of the 1973 Lincoln penny series is the double-die penny. In simple terms, this means that the coin was struck multiple times during the minting process, causing the design to be doubled or misaligned. These double-die era coins feature extra details, often found in the lettering or the design of Lincoln himself. These types of era coins are highly prized because they are not only incredibly rare but also serve as a unique piece of history in the world of numismatics. Now, you may be wondering, how does this all add up to a penny worth $1.2 million? Well, it's simple. Coins with rare minting errors, especially those that have been preserved in excellent condition, can become extremely valuable. In fact, the most famous 1973 double-die Lincoln penny was sold at auction for a staggering $1.2 million. The reason these coins are worth so much is that only a handful of them are produced, making them incredibly scarce. Coin collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts are willing to pay top dollar for these rarities because they are one-of-a-kind pieces of U.S. history. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1973 Lincoln penny and wonder whether it might be one of these valuable era coins, here's what to look for. 1. Doubling of the design. Check for any signs of doubling, especially in the lettering of Liberty or In God We Trust. The most famous errors are visible here, and if you spot this, you could be holding a gold mine. 2. Sharp details. Look for coins that have exceptionally sharp and clear details, which indicate they have been well preserved. 3. Condition. Like all rare coins, the condition matters greatly. Coins that are in mint or near mint condition fetch much higher prices. If you're hoping to find one of these rare era pennies, it can be tricky, but not impossible. Look through your change or visit your reputable coin dealer who specializes in era coins. You can also browse auction websites, where you might come across one of these valuable pennies. Just be sure to get the coin authenticated by an expert before you make any purchase or sale. So, there you have it. The 1973 Lincoln penny may seem like just another common coin from the 1970s, but thanks to rare minting errors, some of these pennies are worth a fortune. With the potential to fetch up to $1.2 million, it's no wonder why collectors and investors are on the lookout for those rarities. If you're a coin enthusiast, make sure to check your pockets and your coin collections carefully, as you never know when you might find the next big treasure. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the 1973 Lincoln penny and its incredible value, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more amazing coin content. Have you ever found a rare coin in your pocket change? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep collecting and keep searching, as you never know what treasure might be waiting for you. End.